Shenandoah Valley Animal Shelter volunteers share thoughts, worries. Volunteers at the Shenandoah Valley Animal Services Center are either clinging to hope or are overwhelmed with hopelessness as the shelter is still without crucial resources like a vet. Sonja Musser has been volunteering at the Shenandoah Valley Animal Services Center since it opened a decade ago. She got involved because she wanted to do her part to ensure the shelter would be successful. Now, 3 months into a stall-out over who is going to take responsibility for the shelter, Musser, like many other volunteers and staffers, is exhausted. She said employee burnout is looming over the shelter. To stay up to date with latest top stories, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above this video. One day the dryer is broken, then the dishwasher. It's been issue after issue. They're operating at about 50% of the help it used to have. Musser assists by traveling between the 3 municipalities picking up donations from businesses. She said donations have stayed the same since the shelter lost its fiscal agent. That's about the only thing that hasn't changed. When Musser isn't at the shelter dropping off donations, she's taking care of her 2 foster dogs. She relieves stress from the kennels by taking in senior special needs and hospice dogs as long as they're under 20 pounds. She's tired of calling and emailing local representatives about the condition of the shelter, practically begging for help and not receiving meaningful responses or seeing any actions to help. "I'm just screaming into the wind," she said. The answer has been no answer. Another loyal volunteer, Jean Frazier, who has come to the shelter 3 or 4 days a week for the past decade, is filled with hope that things will turn around soon. This hope floated to the surface after the news leader's previous story on the condition of the shelter. Frazier said residents started assisting the shelter, and now the washer and dryer machines are working fairly well. The dishwasher is still an issue, though. Frazier's biggest concern lies with the staffing, or lack of it, at the shelter. She said there are enough people to get daily responsibilities checked off the list, but if someone calls out sick, their responsibilities are heaped onto the staff and volunteers. "That's what gets really dicey," Frazier said. "They really need backup." Like other volunteers, Frazier is anxious to find out who the new fiscal agent of the shelter will be. Regardless of who leads the shelter, Frazier hopes they will support employees and volunteers to maintain or increase its save rate, which is in the high 90s, and increase quality of animal care. The owners group meets again February 25 to discuss the future of the shelter.